Hey everyone, Glenn here. Thought I'd give you a rundown on the equipment that I will be taking with me on my PCT trip scheduled for 2017. I'm going to go over the equipment kind of quickly so you can always stop and back up and start over again. The orange and blue is an enlightened sleeping quilt that I had made, and it is rated down to 20 degrees, and previously I had used a sleeping bag and decided to change to the quilt system. They're getting to be more popular and will keep you warm easier and better than the sleeping bags seem to. Down below it, the gray is a compression sack that the quilt will go into. That's a 6-liter Sea to Summit bag, and it really squeezes it down tight. Pretty amazing stuff. Okay, coming up, the backpack that I will more than likely be going with will be the Osprey Ether 60, and I've taken it with me, and this is just a tried and true workhorse. It just works very well for me. It's kind of, I guess, on the heavy side. I do have the brain on top of it. I may take it off in the future, but it comes in at about 4 pounds as you see it sitting there right now. But it works pretty well. Even with everything in here, this pack loaded, I just weighed it here, and I came in at about 24 pounds with everything you see here, and that included 2 liters of water, which I keep in the smart water bottle. So the gray that you see down in the front, right down here, that is the rain cover, so that will always stay with the pack, of course. The watering system, filtration system that I'm going with will be the Sawyer Squeeze, using the ever new 2-liter bags that you see. One is dirty, one is clean. I do use a reservoir system. I do like to drink out of we call them sippy tubes while I'm walking, rather than grabbing back and reaching for a bottle. I find this just more convenient, and that's the blue tube that you see there. I will be carrying with me the Thermarest pad. I just love this thing for sitting down, getting off the trail, getting out of the dirt. I can lay it over a log and stretch my back, etc. And so this goes with me. It doesn't weigh too much, and the benefits are just really outweigh the negatives of the. I also carry a little 1-cup plastic cup with me for coffee, etc. in the morning. The orange cloth you see, I use that for a variety of things, from wiping out my cup, or if I'm bathing or taking a shower, or a bird bath, or whatever it might be on the trail. That is my towel. The sleeping system that I use, it's the Big Agnes, and I go with the Copper Spur UL2, and I use it as a single hiker. I like the extra room that it gives you, and coming in at a little over 2.5 pounds with the stakes and the pole system that they use to put it up, it's worth it. And it's not that much heavier than a one-man, and you just get so much more room in your tent for things, and with the vestibule. The sleeping pad that I use, you'll see, is the Neo Air Thermarest inflatable, and you'll see, let me reach in here, you'll see that I have it rolled up, and that's pretty much how I store it. The orange bag you see, that's a bag that I made, and I just roll the Thermarest up and then stuff it down in the sack, and that goes right into my backpack. I found trying to fold that up the way and get it back into the original sack just very difficult to use, and so I saw this someplace and I came up with it and made the sack pretty easy to do. This green is an inflatable pillow, and I really like to have an inflatable pillow, or a pillow with me. I tried one that you kind of rolled up and squeezed down, but I like this inflatable. You can get it down to nothing, and it provides all of the cushion you need, and it might be a little extra on the trail, but it sure helps you rest, or helps me rest at night. Moving down here, you see this blue bag is my food bag, with the exception of a bear canister, which will come later. But for right now, I generally just travel with a bag, and this is a 16-liter Granite Gear bag, and I like it because you can put your food in it and sort through it without it getting all mixed up. It's a horizontal bag, so it's pretty handy, and it holds plenty for a trip. There's enough in the bag right now, for 5 days. Now, here's something that I just have put together and assembled through the experience of hiking and traveling with and trying different stoves, etc. This system you're looking at, the silver, is a cozy, and one side fits into the other side. So it goes like this, and then this goes over the top. So you get this nice cozy. Now when you get your water boiling, you put your pot down into it with your food, and it will keep the water hot for a long time, and it cooks the food quicker that way by keeping it hot. The stove that I use is a BRS propane stove. That's this little guy right here. I just love this thing. It's $15, and I bought it on Amazon, and it is as powerful as the Pocket Rocket, or I've used the Jetboil, and this thing is just as fast, or nearly just as fast, maybe a couple seconds behind it, but it's very lightweight. The red bag is a bag I made in the cozy, the pot, and the stove, and the canister. Everything here weighs just about, I think, 1.5 pounds. It's pretty lightweight, and that's with the lighter too. So I'm really happy with this system, and it's kind of nice to get away from the heavier. These couple bags, these are just the drugs and medicines and handy cloths and that sort of thing. My trekking poles that you see here, these are the Black Diamond, and I've used these for a lot of miles. I'm very successfully happy with them. I don't know if they're any better than the Leckies, but these are the Black Diamonds. You see the bottom one has duct tape, and the top one has Leukotape, and this is for repairs or injury to yourself. This is just nice to have on the trail. There's a whole variety of things that can happen, of course. So, moving on, my clothing system. Move up here. This is a hiking t-shirt. I hike primarily in a t-shirt all the time. I'll probably take 2 of these with me. They're lightweight polyester. Moving across, that's a Patagonia skull cap. And over here are Smart Wool men's underwear. And I go with, I use these instead of liners in the shorts. The liners, I would always get chafing, and the Smart Wool, for me, eliminates it. So, good stuff for me. I wear these in camp. I take off my hiking shoes at the end of the day. They're just rubber clogs, lightweight, and nice to get out of your shoes and the straps. The shoes that I wear, after going through and trying out, I don't know, a dozen different types of shoes, I ended up with the Ultra Lone Peak shoes. They're lightweight, they dry out quickly, and they sure are comfortable, and you can put on the miles on them. If you've not tried them, you might want to. They're good on the trail with good gripping. So, and with them, I use the Dirty Girl gaiters that you see right here with the peace symbols. Those are a must for keeping rocks and debris out of your shoes. Right above the gaiters here is a pair of wool gloves. I like to carry and wear when I'm on the trail. Sometimes it just gets cold out there, and it's nice to have those. I do wear the Darn Tough wool socks. These things wear like iron. I've had these for about, I don't know, 2-3 years, and they just don't show any signs of wearing out. So I'm sold on them, and I guess they do carry a lifetime guarantee. Right up here to the right, these are just a pair of big woolly bear socks. At the end of the day, when you're washing out your other socks, these are nice to put on at nighttime, keep your feet warm if it's cold out, and I really have gotten where I like to have those, and they fit well into the clogs. So, and here is my base layer, the upper and the lower base layers, and they're smart wool, lightweight. I also have a heavier wool pair, and moving across, you will see this is a Patagonia down jacket for warmth. Coming down below that, these are REI running shorts, and I just love these things. They have a drawstring, and also they have two little pockets on either side, and they're very lightweight, and they're very comfortable. So I have found I like those for myself. And for hats, well, I keep going back and forth on what hat or hats to take with me. I wear the Goonie hat you see here an awful lot when I'm hiking, but also I like a ball cap for different reasons, and also I'm looking at the OR hats that have the shade that go down the back a little bit to keep the sun off your neck. But also I see people use a ball cap with a farmer's handkerchief, which I carry with me anyway, and I might just go with that system. The handkerchief I do hang off the front of my backpack when I'm hiking. I tie it off there, and I use it for anything from blowing my nose to wiping the sweat and dirt off my face to any variety of things. It's just one of those things I always seem to be using. The last clothing item that I have here is a Brooks windbreaker jacket. It's a runner's jacket, very lightweight, but I like it because it sure stops the wind, and it fits over the top of the Patagonia jacket here, and so between the two of them it works pretty well. What I don't have yet is a good lightweight rain jacket, but I have plenty of time, and I'll figure out what I'm going to get in the future on that. My electronics are I will be using the this phone as my cell phone, and it is the S5. Oh darn it! I just can't remember it. Sorry. It is the Samsung S5, and I had to go look, and and that's what I'll be taking my movies with, etc. The watch that you see here, this is the Garmin 910. I just love this thing because it does a whole variety of informational things. Not only will it give you elevation, time, distances, etc., and then it saves it, and then you can download it or upload it onto the internet so you can have it for later. So you see, here's the charger for it, compass. These are Bluetooth headphones that I'll be using, and I'll use that with the cell phone on music that's downloaded onto this phone here. The what I use for a headlamp right now is the Black Diamond, and it's pretty heavy. It has 4 batteries in it, and so it gets a little bit on the heavy side, and I'm trying to cut down on the weight, and I may go to a rechargeable lamp in the future before I go, but we'll see. And then the bottom is I use the Anchor recharging system, and this lasts actually a long time, and it will keep all of my devices charged. The Delorma, which is up here, and I'll talk about it in a second, but for about 5 days, and that's pretty good depending on how much I use them. And then the stick pick for taking the selfies and on the trail stuff. And the last item is the Delorma GPS emergency locator, so if there's problems on the trail, you can be located and you can text with it and people can follow you as you're walking with it. It's kind of a neat little deal. So that's my equipment for the 2017 PCT. And again, there'll be some things coming and going, I'm sure, as I get closer and closer. I'm looking forward to it. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Thanks.